Yeah. We didn't actually use the mouse. We did the hotkey that time.
Yeah, you guys didn't.
Anyway, welcome to the... Hello, everyone. My name is Markiplier. Welcome to the PG-103 podcast.
Episode 7.
Seven. Lol.
All right.
Funny
It's
number
like-
7.
So do we want to explain that bit?
I guess we can a little. I mean,
For all the people who can see our face cam.
Yeah, for everyone who can see the video.
everyone's not an audio.
Yeah, stupid fucking audio listeners. Fuck you.
The whole bit is just we say the number 7 when we do a T-pose. I don't remember why anymore.
So,
4.
it was sophomore year, I think.
Sometime early on in high
It was
school.
2 or 3 years
Sometime
ago.
after all 3 of us met and started hanging out.
Yeah, at lunch, in school. Anyway, there was this girl named Lucina who would come up and sit down at her table, and she just, sometimes she'd just sit there, sometimes she'd just talk about shit. Never really knew what the fuck was gonna go on with her. She was just kind of there. Anyway, she asked what our favorite number is, or asked us to guess a number between 1 and 10, or something like that. 1 and 100, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, she said 7 is the most commonly guessed number. And that's it.
And that's it. Why did we T-pose? Was that just what was funny at the time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny.
So we
Haha,
just
funny
did that and
T-pose.
went 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit! How do you guys remember this?
I do that.
To be fair,
I
they may
remember
also
things.
be influenced by the fact that you're like telling them what happened, and they're like, "Yeah, that happened."
That's true. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, but I do remember Justina being there. I remember her conversation of just random shit.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
like the two
somehow
extremes.
every other day she'd be there. She'd somehow find a way to get in a debate argument with one of us for some reason.
Yeah, but it was always sad because it'd be her taking it seriously and us going 7.
Yeah.
What else did we? I mean, that's pretty good. What else did we do in fucking high school?
Yeah, back in high school.
Yeah, all the way back in high school.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was so long ago, you know?
I know. I'm an adult.
Clearly.
I have to start worrying about if a girl that I'm looking at is of age. I'm starting to have to worry
You
about
legally can't date 13-year-olds.
Could you before?
I mean, he's 17.
I don't think the
He's
Romeo
17.
and Juliet law. I guess that's
17. He's
I
fine.
guess dating is
that.
fine.
17.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no matter what age
17
you
in
are, you
hand.
can't have sex under 18.
Yeah.
Not legally.
I
At
mean,
least,
no,
at least
in
not.
California.
At least not in the U.S.
Not in
Not
California.
in California.
I was about to say there's like no Romeo and Juliet
Georgia-
laws for California.
Georgia, the consent age is 16. Texas is
No,
17.
It's
no,
not so
when I-
much that. I mean, that sex between minors has always been a gray area in the law.
No,
It's like two
well,
17-year-olds wouldn't be allowed to have sex in California, but I don't know about other states.
No,
like Las
Texas-
Vegas can.
what is
Texas,
it?
17 and a 14-year-old can have sex.
Zane.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that there are some countries out there where if 2 students are in high school and are in a relationship, they're completely fine to just have sex.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing in some places.
Some places.
That's why.
Romeo and
That's why.
Juliet laws,
That's why I
yeah.
said specifically not in the U.S. But some states, sure, like 16 or whatever.
The idea is like a lot of places will make it to where like I believe the limit is like they have to be within 3 years of each other in terms of age.
It's typically
Like-
2 or...
About 2 to 1 in
Like-
most places.
Like
Some
they
places
can't
do
be-
2 to 3.
They can't be
Yeah.
outside of a certain range in terms of like years apart.
And I know Texas does 3 years apart, and then I think Georgia might even do 4.
God damn. Some horny motherfuckers in
And,
Georgia.
and also the age of consent is 16.
Some horny people in
As
Georgia.
much as I'm afraid to look it up, I kind of
We're-
want to see
I'm
the
mo-
age of
we're moving to
sex in
Georgia.
Alabama.
Oh my god, Dalton. Wait, you're 17? Wouldn't it be crazy if you and I went on a road trip to Georgia? That'd be
Yeah,
crazy,
that'd
I
be
think.
Crazy.
That'd be pretty wild.
That'd be
Kind of
nuts.
wacky.
Sex. Hot sex.
Sexy.
You guys
on,
are
they can-
fucking weird.
No, I'm fucking Dalton.
Hmm.
In Georgia.
You're
Alabama,
Yeah, for the audio listeners,
Fuck you.
we've
Well-
conditioned him.
Watch the podcast.
Fuck you.
Yeah, actually, if you're gonna watch any of the episodes, watch this one because it's good.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
watch this one with your
yeah.
eyes because there's
Yeah.
something good on screen.
Watch this
for
one.
Exactly.
Visibly watch it, but also, if you're gonna watch / listen to any of them, probably this one.
once. Yeah.
Maybe
Uh,
this one. Who knows?
So
Yeah.
for Xane, who is currently listening to this right now, actually, maybe spread this along so other people can hear this. 'Cause
Yeah.
we
Also,
both know
post
that
your fucking podcast so I can shit on it.
No, that's not gonna happen until I finish editing at least like 7 episodes, so I can have a stockpile.
Wait, Zane, I want to go on your friend's podcast.
You can. Nobody's stopping you. You just don't come to my house because you say it smells.
Your
I
house
do?
smells?
No, it doesn't, but he says it does.
I do?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I forgot.
Yeah, you
For,
just never
for,
invite
for
us.
those that
I
don't know,
I invited you yesterday.
Yeah, we couldn't.
you see, for those who don't know,
I'm
Zane's
okay
house
with you guys coming
smells.
over. I'm just used to whenever the hangout happens. Your guys' house, this house is just more interesting. Like I don't have a lot to do at my home.
No, but like, what's it?
I don't invite you.
Whenever you guys are doing the podcast, just hit us up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'd be down to have you guys there. But it'd be a little harder for because you guys. The extremes
You
would be a
see-
lot
you
more
see-
extreme
You
because
see, no.
Dalton's a lot less professional.
No. You see,
See,
you
if
see,
you got just me on there, or maybe just Barbos, it'd be different.
yeah,
But my chaotic shitter energy.
Well, dude, Dalton would take full. What's the word? Man, it's so late
Actually,
that I'm forgetting.
I think any of us
advantage.
we'd take full Dalton and I would take full custody of it, and you'd probably just be a normal human
The
being.
thing is, Dalton would take full advantage of the fact that he knows that I edit. Therefore, he could say whatever he wants on the podcast, and I can cut out whatever's
oh,
necessary.
you fucking.
What a fucking.
No, dude. Every single podcast, John drops the N-word with a hard R just to make sure that I'm gonna go back and edit it. He doesn't want me to do what you guys do with your podcast. He wants me to edit the podcast, and he drops that just to make sure I do.
See, we're safe on ours because Dalton knows if he drops it, I'm making him edit it.
Yeah. Also, I'm sleeping.
Well, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
What's
But
it
yeah,
do?
if
Is Twitch the best
if what
streaming
is
site?
it? It's the most popular streaming site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Twitch?
Is there like any dedicated ones for like? So that is that one
You're
considered a
either
gaming?
you're either going on Twitch to stream or you're streaming on YouTube. The's no other option.
Facebook gaming.
Jinx, you
Jinx,
said
owe me a
it.
Oh
Coke.
my god.
Oh my
so wait, I mean
God.
streaming for game. You guys are fucking gay. So Twitch is for game streaming, right?
That is what it is advertised as.
But is there other types of streams like movies and stuff? Well, I mean, I've watched the entire Deadpool movie on Twitch, so. But
I don't know how they did that, but okay. But yeah, Twitch for the most part is branded and advertised as a live streaming service specifically for gaming. Though in
Gaming.
more recent years, Twitch has tried to expand their categories, like having like political
Bad
stuff
food.
on there, just chatting, art, etc., etc. But it's still majority branded as specifically gaming, which is why it's still considered the hub of like gaming live streaming.
thank you, Barbos. It
Though YouTube is a close competitor, I would say, just because of the fact that it's YouTube.
none of the audio listeners, fuck you, would be able to understand the true difficulty that it was to like focus on your conversation while these two asshats were just
What do you
fucking,
mean?
like,
Come
we're
on,
just
come
making
on.
all sorts of hand motions and whispering shit
Yeah,
to
you
each other.
see,
You can't
they,
say the
they wouldn't
word-
understand.
Thank you for having a good
because they're
conversation.
audio listeners. They wouldn't understand.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can't just say gaming.
It is cotton candy flavor.
You can't say gaming without.
Yeah, if you say gaming, we're gonna bring up
Gaming?
Matt Booty.
Matt Booty.
I guess for
Team-
reference.
Are you guys on Team Brody?
Team who?
Team Brody.
Team. Oh, give me 1 second. Matt Booty. There's a clip. If you type in Matt Booty Gaming, it'll come up. It's just a guy named Matt Booty walking up on stage at E3 for the Xbox panel, and he just goes, "Gaming," and then he starts talking, but it sounds so much better. Just if he goes up there and goes, "Gaming," and that's it, and then everybody applauds.
Picture Matt Booty up in 3D.
Sure, Xane.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Okay, Xane.
Could you imagine?
You know,
What's
not all of
imagine?
them can do what I'm saying.
How does one imagine?
You know what?
You tried, Xane.
It's okay.
Good
That's what I'm
attempt.
saying. Yeah.
I'll describe for all you audio listeners. I'll describe this. Jared is smiling, grinning ear to ear. See, he really thought that joke
sure
was
is.
funny, but he's trying to hide it from you
Yeah.
guys.
That is what he was doing.
He was smiling.
Oh, fuck you, audio listeners.
All he had to do was point. That's all he did.
Anyway.
This would be a lot better.
You had that
of
face
a podcast.
from the
You need a
office. where you-
webcam.
Yeah, if I had a webcam, this would be a much better podcast.
Yeah.
Think about that in the future.
Yeah,
A
maybe.
webcam.
Probably not.
I don't know. I
Unless I
think.
want to do something shitter with it.
Yeah, I
You
could
really
see
then
you
it's
shitting
no
with
longer a podcast, my friend.
I could see you shitting with a webcam a lot.
Yeah.
Dalton gave me this.
I'd put. Oh, I'm so smart. I'd do what you did, with my video.
Oh
how
my
how
God.
you reacted to my video, but I'd put my webcam as the majority of like the whole screen, and then put my gameplay.
What did I do in my video?
Man, that screen
No,
must
no.
be really
I-
tasty.
What I was meaning,
No, he's cleaning it.
fuck.
But,
I was
like-
just meaning having a webcam.
He's
And
not.
using
He's
it?
not licking.
Wait, no,
to eat
two
it.
conversations. This is so bad.
No, well, I'm sorry.
I
You
was
invited me
meaning-
to this podcast.
Yeah, let
I
Dalton
just
finish.
have my fucking face cam be the whole screen with my gameplay on it.
Yeah, but some of us here don't know what I did.
Oh yeah, he reacted to my video, eating food and then talking about Walmart for about half of it.
Yeah.
It was a video. He really did talk about Walmart.
I'm just saying this now. If we were on Facecam, the first thing I would do would be chroma key Jared's shirt into anything I can find on the internet.
The D's nuts guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
It would be the
That'd be
D's nuts
great.
guy with the Triforce on his face.
Or maybe just the pug.
Have you seen?
Pug-G.
Have you seen footage of people chroma keying
Don't-
Fall Guys?
It's just Pug with two G's at that point. Stop laughing.
Pug G. It's like the video game. I get it.
You guys
Yeah,
are so
no, that
sleepy.
is just pug.
Barbos, why don't we talk about...
Yeah. Now, okay. Now imagine Pug-G, but the U's and O.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Anyway.
Yeah.
What's more, can we actually think of anything?
Space.
Maybe not yet, because that's a big one. I can talk on my own.
Space
for a
is
long
pretty
time.
big. Speaking of
Yeah.
space...
We should probably use that as like ending the podcast.
Yeah.
Like final
Avengers
topic.
Endgame.
Final
Uh,
frontier. Space. Final frontier.
No.
Space Odyssey, 2001: A Space Odyssey. That
Mario
that
Odyssey.
movie is so fucking slow.
Okay.
It really
Holy
is. It's
shit.
so fucking
How
slow.
can anybody watch that shit?
I've never seen it.
Nope. Haven't seen
It's
it.
interesting.
It's a lot
but
of zoom
how
out
the
shots
fuck
and a lot of
can
zoom in
anybody
shots.
watch that shit?
Mm.
How the fuck does anybody enjoy watching
I
that?
kind of want to
I
watch
mean,
it now.
enjoying watching something... See, it takes a bit to enjoy trash, Dalton.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
need
mean,
something to rest my hand
it's a
Which is why we're all going to be watching the Super Mario Brothers movie someday
it's a very
together.
artistic movie,
Mm.
Okay.
and it's so fucking slow.
Have you ever played an artistic game?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're good, and sometimes they're just boring, with a character walking around and words appearing on the screen sometimes.
Yeah, like my, you guys know, that Let's Play I did that I didn't finish called Gris. That game was so fun that I didn't finish it.
Yep.
I can name a few games that you've done that.
There's a lot of games
that's
that
different.
I think there's a lot, as a gamer, there's a lot of games that you won't finish.
Well, yeah, but there's a difference. My channel has a running bit at this point that I just don't finish the games I start. And I haven't started one in a long time, actually.
So then,
Yeah.
from what you're telling me is I know no more about how you feel about Gris than I did before you talked about Gris.
Yeah.
Pretty
Okay.
much. Okay, you were about to say something,
Yeah.
and then them.
I was.
You were.
Zane was.
The fuck was
Same
I gonna
was.
say?
I was?
I
I think I
We were
was.
talking about space, and then it
The
was
space
before I
Odyssey.
brought up a space.
Oh,
Odyssey.
no,
Gone.
the movies. Shitty movies.
Yeah.
Is that, like, the idea is there's movies that are terrible, but I have a list of really, really
I
bad
did
movies.
not hit her. I did not.
Okay, but, like, there's movies that...
Angry Birds 2.
There's movies that are really bad that I love watching, like the Mario Brothers
The Emoji
movie.
movie.
No, I don't like watching that one.
I
I really like watching the Mario Brothers movie. I like watching Zombievers, Robo Dracula, Titanic 2. That one's a really bad one.
These sound so good.
Titanic.
Dude,
2.
Titanic 2 was really funny to watch.
I love really bad
happens?
movies.
Oh,
Wait, I don't wanna know!
No. I can tell you what happens in Titanic 2. In
Is it
Titanic 2,
Titanic?
in Titanic 2, a ship not called the Titanic, called I think the Endeavor or something, goes on the same path as Titanic and ends up sinking due to an iceberg. And there's also a
What?
love plot occurring that drives the entire plot.
What?
Oh, and the two lovers end up getting separated near the end, and one of them ends up dying.
You just spoiled
That
the whole
sounds
movie.
vaguely familiar.
Yeah, I think.
Well, there's no.
I
well,
think I'm thinking of Robot Chicken, the show.
Oh, I think the favorite thing about that is that, like, the budget's so low that the same 10 extras are in, like, every fucking shot. There's, like, one girl with a hat and a black sweater, and you'll see her, like, just fucking up a ladder or some shit. Like, just everywhere. They had such a low budget.
yeah, I feel
I
like
can
that
just-
was the episode with SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah, I think something like
There was lots of boats in SpongeBob, I remember.
that. Yeah, well,
They needed to do a
water.
lot of sailing, I remember, in SpongeBob.
Yeah, lots of boating.
Boating school.
Fishing.
But yeah,
Sailing.
one day we're all gonna be watching
Okay.
Titanic 2 together, because
Well,
that is one of my
speaking of
favorite
bad
fucking
movies.
movies.
What is a bad movie where even if you hate someone, you would not make them watch that movie? Like you wouldn't put them through the suffering of watching that movie.
Okay, we'll go here.
Do we want to do? I mean, we. Could,
That'll be
I
a-
think we could agree on Angry Birds 2
That's
or the.
what I
Emoji
was gonna
Movie.
say. Angry Birds 2.
Was it really that bad?
It's
You guys, has there ever been a movie
Well,
that you guys
okay,
stood
It's
up
made
and
for
got out
kids.
of? Well,
It's
has
made
there-
for kids, and I mean, they could have made it an okay movie for adults if they didn't beat you over the head with everything.
Has there ever been a movie that you guys stood up and walked out of?
No.
Okay.
No.
If it was that bad, I'd stay because it's funny.
Yeah, no, I'd stay just so I could tell people how shit of a movie it is.
Let me see. If there was a movie that I wouldn't put on others, it'd probably be A Million Ways to Die in the West. I hated that movie.
Really?
I don't know.
It was the Seth MacFarlane movie. Seth MacFarlane is the creator of Family Guy.
Yeah.
He's the creator of Family Guy, the voice actor of Peter and Brian, and he's the main
Okay,
actor in
now.
that film. And I really didn't like that
It sounds
movie.
familiar. Like I've seen the trailer. Or
Yeah.
something.
The main character talks like a regular person. He talks like a character from Family Guy. Like he just, as in terms of like the pattern of speech, like he's a regular person. And everybody else talks in a southern drawl, which wears thin super fast. And it's just, all the humor is just bad and relies on shock or just, pretty much just the problem with a lot of adult movies is that they'll just rely on cursing and shit. Which, okay, funny,
Oh,
bad word,
fuck.
but yeah, exactly. I just didn't like the movie very much. I sat through it, but I just wouldn't watch it again. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, including my worst enemies.
Yeah, but Peter Griffin guy, I want to watch it now.
No, you don't.
Dalton, is
It's
there a movie?
Such a shitty movie.
Is there a movie you wouldn't force someone to sit through? Or are you
Okay.
saying, I don't care, I hate you, sit through this terrible movie?
Fuck you.
So
Yeah, if there was an audio listener in front of you right now, what would you make them watch?
Or not make them watch it?
I guess
that's
it's
the
not an
topic.
audio listener.
Since
Okay.
that's a topic.
So, if it's their second time watching it, I don't think anybody would want to I don't think you can really find much enjoyment from rewatching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Never heard of it.
It's a
know.
Quentin Tarantino film, and
I know that guy.
the plot is movie star is trying to be in a movie. Well, he's in a movie and he's trying to learn his lines. Also, his stunt double just kind of does stuff for the whole movie. It just... Nothing really happens in the movie. Like, people do stuff, but there's no real plot points other than fucking Charles Manson shit.
I've never even heard of it, so it must be good.
It was nominated for Best Film last year. I
Really?
feel like your dad's talked about it. Your dad's probably said something about it to you.
No,
You just
clue.
don't remember.
Probably
If you
not.
ask him about it,
Like-
he'd probably know.
I'd just like to go back on Titanic too. There was the idea is that global warming occurred and that a giant ice block shifted a wave all the way to the Titanic and threw an iceberg into the Titanic rather than Titanic into an iceberg. And this is the scene where the ice falls. Which
Yeah,
was
for you
I-
audio
just for
listeners.
a quick. This is just the best part of the whole scene. Just these 5 seconds.
Yeah, shame you can't see it since you're an audio. I've seen that clip.
I
Wait,
have.
I've
It's like
seen
they're
this
running.
I know that one.
Yeah. and
Oh
it's like,
my God.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Oh wow.
I could make better shit in fucking After Effects.
Yeah, that was just bad. Just
More
bad.
like After Effects with that one.
Zingo.
Bazinga.
Oh,
Funny
and
word.
constantly the green screen is like making people's hair green because they didn't know how to chroma key it properly.
That's
So
good.
they had to put everything on like a green background or something to throw you off.
no.
All right, Barbos.
If I had to pick a bad movie, I wouldn't have anyone sit through. It for me personally, it had to be The Last Airbender
I was
movie.
gonna say that. Holy
I'm
shit.
sorry.
Okay.
That movie
As a
is
movie?
hot garbage.
Okay.
It is terrible. No,
No.
not even. Okay, I'm a big Avatar fan.
Yes.
Not even just from just speaking on Avatar fan. As a movie, it
Really?
fails.
I just want to.
Okay.
I want to throw this
editing,
in there.
acting,
I was gonna ask,
everything.
like-
It's
Like,
garbage.
from a standalone point, like it doesn't even hold up on itself. Because
No.
I was biased. I hated it too, and I was biased in the thought that I've already watched all of Avatar, so I didn't know how a person viewing it in isolation would find it.
No.
Like I just didn't like it because I watched Avatar. and it was
Standalone,
pretty
no.
bad comparatively.
Like go watch it back. Well, actually, no, don't go watch it back. No,
Read
don't
that
don't
back.
suffer through that. It a standalone. No, it does not work as a standalone movie. Just cause so many things went wrong in that movie. Like the way shots are edited, the most basic shots like transitions. The acting is just abysmal. And just the effects are probably the most decent part about them.
Oh, my friend, we're gonna watch Birdemic if you think editing was bad in Avatar in the Last Airbender. Do you know what Birdemic is?
If you
Okay.
want a guaranteed way to die, take a shot when you watch the Avatar movie. Every time they use a fade cut,
They do. Yeah, they do.
you are dead within the first couple minutes
Within,
of that
like,
movie.
the first like quarter of the movie, you're
You're
in the
not
hospital
living.
for 5 hours.
As a child who loved cartoons and saw one trailer with my dad about some... I am not a fan of Avatar just because... Not because I don't like it. I've just never seen it.
Oh, okay.
Never seen anything about it, ever. Other than the little kid
Damn,
with the blue
this bitch
arrow.
is crazy.
I don't
Continue.
even know what that means.
Oh,
Continue.
no,
What?
it's a reference to fucking porn game.
Okay,
An Avatar porn game.
Okay.
And
sure, dog.
Oh,
Okay, anyway. Anyway, I was
Yeah.
I went to go see it with my dad because my dad saw a trailer with me and was like, okay, I mean, it looks like cool, maybe you know, some shit, maybe he like. And I only remember one scene, and it was because it was the only scene where anything looked anything and it was just him glowing or something. I don't even fucking remember. And
Was that of the movie or of the cartoon?
The movie. We're talking about the movie.
movie.
He said he saw a trailer, and I just didn't know what.
when we saw it, it ended, and my dad and I looked at each other like, what the fuck was that? And that's the only experience in my life I've ever had people boo in the theater. That I had
Really?
a actual fucking audience like boo at the screen.
Well, we were pirating movies when I was little.
What is-
So when I saw that trailer, if I remember, that was the trailer where he was just cross-legged in the room.
God, I don't
Right?
know.
All I remembered was that trailer was just Aang in a room, cross-legged, and he glows, and then that's the end of the trailer. But we were pirating everything, so it looked very compressed, and I was super impressed by that, the idea of that. Tiny little me, and then the movie came out like 3 years later. Or 4
Yeah,
years
you
later.
see, what happened, if I remember correctly, the scene, and then cross-analyzing it with what happened in the show, that was supposed to be a moment where you had a flashback to the other air nomads of that temple that he lived in, and was having a flashback and was full of grief and sadness. I'm sure you got that from that one scene. I'm
Oh,
sure
from that
they
trailer?
conveyed that emotion very well.
Wow, no, from the trailer it looks like he's meditating.
Yeah, I remember that.
At least I'm pretty sure that's the
Speaking of-
one I'm talking about.
Things.
But yeah, no, I own the movie. Because I was like, oh, I like this show. They have a movie of it. I'm sure it's great.
So let me ask, would you watch Book 2 if there ever comes out a movie of it?
It's never.
It's not gonna- I'm
that's,
saying,
that's the
hypothetically
that's the
speaking.
hilarious part. They thought they were gonna get a sequel.
If
That's
they,
the funny
if
part.
they end up getting a sequel, would you watch it?
Like,
Like, if suddenly one just popped out, like they've just been working in secret.
Well, I mean, you gotta be realistic. Of course you would.
yeah,
I probably would too.
you would. Whether or not you would be there because you're expecting it to be good or because you're expecting it to be bad is an entirely different
but is
thing.
it bad enough for you to enjoy?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. One funny part is that the I think it was like the daughter of like the chief or whatever of like the northern water tribe. Her hairdo, the hairdo that they did for her, is in the shape of the tip of a penis. I'm not even joking.
Oh, that's funny.
That's probably the funniest thing. And it was unintentional. Her hairdo is in the shape of the tip of a penis.
It's
That's
erotic
great.
imagery.
Good
That's
movie,
really funny.
actually.
Anyway, so speaking of trailers that came out a long time before the thing, Evolve. You guys remember that game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually liked it. It was pretty fun. But, goddamn, I remember seeing the trailer like 6 years before it came
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
It looked hype as shit. I wanted to play that game so much.
That was definitely a
And-
game I think everybody as a whole picked up and was like, this is alright, and then didn't ever play again.
Wait,
You know, I
I
mean-
zoned out for like the 1 second Dawn said the game name. What were we
Evolve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Like-
looks cool. It's a cool
It
concept.
was actually a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah, but it just died.
Titanfall.
Yeah. That's-
Titanfall.
I mean, I don't. They're.
Was it that bad?
I don't
Oh.
think they're as good as each other. Like, I think
No,
Titanfall is
yeah.
better. Titanfall is
But
such a
same
good game.
concept.
But yeah,
Just
It-
an alright game that just flopped for no reason.
yeah, pretty
Well,
good game.
okay, probably a reason.
No,
Actually, no. Evolve really didn't have much of a reason. Like, regardless of if you were playing as one of the people hunting the monster or the monster, it was both pretty
Well,
fun.
if it flopped, then there was a reason somewhere.
Yeah, I remember.
Was there diversity in the gameplay?
I can't remember the exact like reasonings around. Like it was multiple things that happened around Titanfall and within the game. But and I remember I was interested enough to like look it up when like a couple years ago, but I just can't remember the reasons for why it just failed. Because a good game, it needs some reason for it to flop. Like Jared said, it doesn't just flop because it flops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, before we start going out about video games, because we can do that, I do want to do my movie.
Okay.
Your superhero movie.
Won't take long. Fucking...
Avatar.
You can pick any of the movies, but specifically Halo Forward Unto Dawn.
There was a movie of Halo?
There's several.
Were they animated? Or were they just live action?
Some of them.
Wow.
Forward Unto Dawn is not animated. But
I didn't know that.
it is
I watched that one.
not good.
If I had to actually, now that I think about it, no,
God-awful?
I'd probably pick the Resident Evil movies. If I had to pick one for,
what
some-
is it?
for a bad movie.
Okay, those
I have
aren't
a
that.
I have a
I guess
slightly
it's kind of another Avatar thing for me.
not
didn't
entirely
enjoy Resident Evil
disagreeing with you, but I have a slightly like
Well, my reasoning
yeah.
is because I'm not that the movie's bad as a movie. It's not good as a movie. It's okay as a movie.
Yeah, if I had to like rate it, it'd probably be like a 5 or 6.
But the thing about the movie is you, as somebody who likes Halo, you don't hear, and the cover art is Master Chief. Right after Halo 4, all that cool shit happens, and it's called Halo Forward Until Dawn with Master Chief. Master Chief is in like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And he does nothing except show up.
No.
Is it Halo,
He saves the people. He saves the students from the.
Yeah, but you don't get to see
Covenant.
you don't even get to see the fight.
No. You get the one scene where Master Chief like goes on top of the guy and sticks the grenade in the guy, and that's it.
And that's it. Nothing else. The rest of the movie is about Marines and their backstory.
Well, no. Specifically, it's Thomas Lasky, the general guy.
Yeah, which actually matters to
me-
the lore, but I'm not watching the Halo movie for lore. I'm watching because I want to see Master Chief on the cover
Is there,
of the Forward Until Dawn beat the
Dude.
shit out of people in a cool way.
is there any other? Do any of the other Halo movies have Master Chief in it?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
I was gonna say like, because if that's the case, then the excuse would probably be that like Master Chief is fucking everything in every Halo every Halo game.
One of
So
them
they
does.
probably want some diversity.
One of them does, but it's super old, and I was actually going to bring it up too, because I mean, the Forward Until Dawn movie sucks.
I want to ask, did they make a pun on 4?
No,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
Halo. They don't no humor.
Okay.
They killed the humor one.
I get it.
Yeah.
But if you want an actually, there's one good Halo movie, and it's not really a movie. It's more so just a compilation of animated clips that they made. Pretty much, it's just animated clips that don't really have to do with anything. They're just fun, which is exactly what I wanted from that movie. I just wanted to see Master Chief beat the. There's actual cool shit that's not in the games that Master Chief has done, like fight off an entire Covenant fleet by himself.
Yeah.
There's cool shit that they just don't show. Like, that would have been a cool-ass movie. But there's another thing, animated series, it's actually an anime. Believe it or not. It's a Halo anime of those clips called Halo Legends.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's just clips of cool shit. There's a really cool-ass fight scene of Master Chief and a brute. That's all. I remember that, and the Arbiter killing a whole army or something.
I mean, I always like seeing when
I
like,
heard that as Master Chief in a broom.
Yeah.
I always like-
Yeah, good fight.
I always like seeing when like games or something will have like in the extras menu or something just like an animated hour-long movie or half-hour-long thing. Mega Man X did that, and it was really good. Like the remake of Mega Man X. Whenever they have that, they'll just like give you exactly what you want often, and it'll just be fight scenes of the character you have.
That's all I wanted. If Forward Unto Dawn was a movie of Master Chief just killing enemies, I'd have walked out of that theater smiling.
What is it? For me, because the first time I saw it was on Netflix, and I wasn't like super into like Halo at the time, but I played like a bit of it, like I played a bit of like Halo 3, and I like learned a bit about the lore or whatever, but I was also younger as well, and for me personally, Forward Into Dawn is a bit weird for me because it sort of kicked off my sort of fondness of learning about lore in video games. So for me, it has a bit more of like a personal reason because I found that interesting because I didn't have any expectations going into it. I was just like, oh, Halo movie. I kind of like Halo. I wonder what this is. And for me, and I just sort of enjoyed seeing that because I didn't have anything like you. For instance, I was like, oh, I want to see Master Chief just do stuff. I was just going into it like just seeing what happens, and I personally found it interesting, and then sort of kicked off me, like I said, just being like, now I'm like into like lore when it comes to games and stuff.
I had no idea that movie
So
was in theaters.
for me personally, like on like a personal note, I'd probably give it like on around a 7. But once again, I was younger, and that's like for me a personal thing.
That's fair.
But I can understand like why you would just be like, no, it's garbage.
My only recollection of that
But like
movie-
objectively, I wouldn't give it a 7 though. Objectively.
My God.
Dalton has been cut off so many times. I have L'd you like 3 times.
My only recollection of that movie is seeing ads for it on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
I don't
those
remember
too.
there being any Halo movies, and I watched a shit
And
ton
I
of
don't
Cartoon
even
Network.
remember
That's
that
fine.
like what the ads did like had in them. I just remember there were ads on Cartoon Network, and then also the next like immediately after that, I do remember the anti-bullying commercials.
Stop bullying, speak up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I remember going to Barnes & Noble, and they had these fucking thick-ass dictionary big books of Halo.
Thick ass.
Dick.
Dictionary.
Really? You give it a 7? I think with no bias, I'd give it a 4 or 5.
Well, it's harder
Well,
to
that's
see
why I
from a no-bias
said. Well, like I
standpoint.
said, that's like a personal
Oh, okay.
reasoning.
Also,
I,
he's a
I,
kid.
I said objectively, I would definitely not give it a 7.
Yeah, I walked out of the theaters when I was younger going, what the heck? And then I
Is
watched
that
it when I was
allowed?
older and said, what the fuck?
Is that allowed?
Yeah, it's just...
Good one, Zane.
Good too, actually.
Maybe I'd care a little bit more, too, if it was just entertaining at all. It was just lore, but
But yeah, like
Not
But yeah,
entertaining.
like I said, like
It's
look
like reading
like.
a lore book in Skyrim.
that's exactly what... It's a movie of it, though.
But yeah, like I said, like looking back at it objectively, like it's not great. Like the teen romance drama that happened in it between Lasky and I forgot what the girl's name that he had with the relationship with her.
Margaret Thatcher.
I don't think that's who it
I
was.
don't think that's who it was.
Usually with video game stuff, like, or just branded stuff in general,
Or Margaret
OVAs,
Thatcher.
OVAs will make you more happy than like theater productions. Like I've had more fun with like fan made
nuts.
with like fan made Dragon Ball live action movies than the fucking Hollywood Dragon Ball movie. Like they
Also,
a lot of
that's
things.
just because that one was bad. You
Well,
can
yeah,
make a good one.
That one was
No, you
bad.
can make a good one, but like the thing is, when things are made on a smaller scale, there's also a lot less argument between people, and like a lot less like brand integration, or it has to be done this way to appeal to an audience. Like with OVAs and stuff, like smaller things, you're usually happier because a smaller team was able to agree on more things than a bigger
Well,
team.
What you also have to realize this is that big things like the Dragon Ball live action movie, the Hollywood and the people behind those, the studios behind that, they just want a quick buck because of the fact that that thing is popping off. So they want to capitalize on that. They don't care if it's accurate or not, or if it's good.
Yeah.
They just
Well-
want that cash.
That's fair too, but like for example, if there was like a Mega Man movie today, or like a Mega Man X movie today, it would be probably terrible because of they'd have to have the producers be working with the game developers or anything like that to a degree to kind of communicate, and that happens super rarely, especially with video game movies or anything.
I could see that happening with Capcom though.
With Capcom, I'm sure like Capcom's super cool, but it'd still be difficult for it to be portrayed through a movie standpoint.
Yeah.
Like they would need it to be live action, and they'd need it to appeal to an audience. Like Mega Man's
No.
sister Roll or something would have a bigger, role than she does in the games. Like they'd have to force that.
They'd force her to have a bigger
Yes,
role
they'd force her to have a bigger role rather than like
because she's a female.
exactly. They need it because it's a Hollywood thing. But like if Capcom just released another animated movie just along with one of their games, it would be good and nothing would be forced. And if Roll was there, it wouldn't feel forced anything she did. They wouldn't need to have any like song and dance or any specific thing for her to do that would feel like she needed to be there. Like it would make things things would feel more natural from a smaller team, and especially when that team is the guys behind the idea in the first place. You know?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like when
I think a lot of companies should stop worrying so much about getting shit press from idiots who write articles about movies. I mean, they're probably the same kinds of idiots who do video game journalism, and we've seen video game journalists.
Okay, what is it?
This one's old school tough.
Oh, I was just gonna say, because the vast majority of the politics that goes on in Hollywood and all that, most people don't agree with, and so why worry about what some fuck ass is gonna say in Hollywood when you can just worry about the people the majority of people who would be interested in watching your fucking movie.
It makes sense to us, but
it makes sense to us, but like to them, there's like a lot more that goes down on there. Like,
oh yeah, no.
Even if
a lot of people have a lot of influence there, and
yeah, they need to have this thing pumped out with like female representation. Otherwise, somebody's gonna get fired, or it's not gonna do as well as it could have, quote unquote.
It'd probably do better.
No, I'm saying quote unquote. Like if it flops or if it does somewhat well, they're gonna say it didn't do as well as it could have if this was included, because as of right now, female power is a big thing, or Black Lives Matter is a thing, and we need to include more black people, or stuff like that.
We don't talk about that stuff on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nothing political.
I'm sorry. I'm saying basically anything that is a big deal in the world, like big change, they'll try to show it through their movie, like how the Avengers Endgame like conflated all of the females at one spot on the battlefield at once, just to show that we have female characters too. Like they like to do stuff like that in Hollywood, just to appease the audience, appease all the journalists out there, so they don't get any backlash or something.
It works.
Okay, what is it?
Yeah,
I was gonna mention something else, but before I say what I was gonna mention, I'll say this real quick: is that if you look back on movies and games or just any type of media, the creators of it, no matter what it is, they're going to insert their politics in it. Like no matter what, like even just take anything from any time period, you'll see some form of politics probably at some point. But what I was going to say earlier was specifically to the point that creators, that studios or whatever, will just make something for a buck and not really care about a vision or how good it is. They just want to capitalize on it. Is that recently there was the thing with Netflix and the live action Avatar that they've been doing that over the past couple of years. Recently, what ended up happening is that the creators and showrunners of Avatar, the animated series, were recently kicked from production, and they're no longer working on it. Because I don't know, I guess I'm gonna assume budget-wise, and to actually create a live-action Avatar show would probably take a while, and I would assume Netflix probably had a different idea and direction on where they wanted to take the show versus how the creators want to take the show, because Avatar is overall, like, it has some, like, dark and deeper moments and more mature, especially near the end, but it's still a kid's show, and right now with Netflix, their thing is like, we have like these dark and gritty shows, and they want like the next Stranger Things or stuff like that, like type series. And the creators of the show always Avatar is predominantly like a child friend or family friendly show.
Yeah.
So it's basically completely opposite, and it ended up just having them get kicked.
I think the creators wanted to keep it more family friendly, but also, if you think about it logically speaking, the kids who watched it then, I was probably 7 or 8 when I was watching it. I'm almost 18, and I mean, people grow up watching it, and so the audience that they had then is now more into those more mature things.
I can understand the view on that.
Well, I would say sort of yes and no, because as a longtime Avatar fan, as a kid, I enjoyed the show because it was just fun to watch. But then as I grew up and as I rewatched the show relatively recently, I notice like a lot more things.
Yeah.
That like the world building, the character developments,
well done.
and everything. Like you actually end up appreciating it a lot more
It's a
for
really
what
good
the kid.
show.
The only thing about the show, specifically like the first season, is that they made it child friendly just mostly because of the fact that it was on Nickelodeon. So obviously enough they had to still make it child friendly, but the show still works like on a mature basis for
Yeah.
people that are like teenagers to young adults.
Yeah, but like to Netflix, their view is that like it's still too childish. Like you'll have moments like where Sokka goes drunk drinking cactus juice and stuff, and just all of those comedic moments would be pretty much deleted. Like maybe there'd be a joke or two, but like there'd be more serious jokes as if the kind of stuff you'd see in like a DC movie or something.
Yeah, and I think stuff like that will probably kill the show, kill that
Sure.
live action show if it does release.
I agree. Also,
It could do
Netflix
well.
definitely was not worried about budget.
Oh no, they were just worried about differing views.
From what I remember, that is a reasoning, which is, you know,
That's what they said.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. They're Netflix.
Yeah.
That
it
and
is-
that is a very, very
Actually, what is it? Speaking of Netflix, has anyone here heard of the
Yeah.
Netflix?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Doll knows what I'm talking about.
Cuties.
Cutie. Have you heard of Cutie, Zane?
The orange?
No.
Orange.
Yes, the
It's
orange.
just an orange.
It's just an orange. It's just an orange,
That's-
Zane.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to.
So
Do I mean, there's a lot of
Who
things that have
will
been.
tell
Who
you?
There's a
wants
lot
to
of things that
explain?
got forced
You know
into
what?
my mind.
Yeah, the
Jared, you explain.
Okay.
it.
The premise is,
11-year-old girl wants to get into a
Oh, I've
torture-
already heard
yeah.
about this. Yeah.
yeah, 11-year-old girl wants to
They're
get
talking
into an
about
erotic
how they're
dance.
over sexualizing children.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
who-
that feeds into my theory
There's-
that Japan bought Netflix.
Here's the thing. I'm just curious. How was this movie just like? Because it's already made. They just need to release it. Is the thing. It's like it's basically already done. They just need to release the darn thing. So this movie got greenlit from not just like one guy, from like a department of people on Netflix that reviewed the concepts or whatever. They greenlit it. They got the actors. They filmed the movie. They scored the movie. They edited the movie.
How old were the
and
actors?
throughout
Actually, that.
actually
Okay,
11
okay. That's not
11
bad.
13-year-old actors, throughout this entire process figuring out advertising for the movie, no one just sat there for a second going, we probably shouldn't do this
Here's the
movie.
thing. I'm sure a lot of the lower downs did think this was dumb. But
mean-
imagine being like, it's like being like the one smart person in the Cartoon Network room, or the one smart person in like any business thing. You're outnumbered. Or you're like too low in power to do jack shit about it. Also, Dalton, continue. I had a
just-
thought, but
What the fuck were they thinking? Kevin Spacey, my guy.
Bro, yo, shout out
Just
to
wait. Kevin Spacey's gonna come in and guest
Oh,
appear as the coach.
My
Like-
idea is that like because Netflix is taking in a lot of like outsiders, just any guy who can pitch a good story, they'll be like, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We'll take you. My idea is that some guy just did an experiment where he was like, okay, I'm gonna see how much female power I can cram into stuff, and see what's the most ridiculous plot I can come up with, and it'll fly by the Netflix people. Like they'll be like, okay, lots of female power, and it's a young person. It's a young sexualized plot, like super underage shit.
Epstein, man.
That's probably it. Some guy was just trying to figure out if female power would be able to outweigh just like cloud their judgment.
No.
No, I mean cloud Netflix's judgment.
Okay. I kind of see where Zane's coming from, because, I mean, people are talking about WAP as a very empowering song to females. But also,
Okay.
before, I mean, we can't sexualize women, but also,
Wow.
sexualize women. Yeah,
It's a different breed of people.
they're just built different.
I'll just say this.
Also,
Thank you,
we
Netflix,
need more
for
pussy on this
showing your
podcast.
support for the map community. Good job.
Oh, right.
Thank you, Netflix, because they really needed it.
Yeah.
I spaced out. Who needed what?
Yes, Xane.
Women needed power?
No,
Okay.
that's not what I said.
That's why I asked. I spaced out. Kind of like how you spaced out for exactly the second that Dalton said an important word.
What is it? Okay. Another studio besides Netflix that I have
Bethesda.
gripes with when it comes to movies,
Oh.
since we're still on this topic, is Disney and their live action remakes.
Mulan
Does-
doesn't look
does-
that bad.
That doesn't need explanation.
does anyone
Nobody
here
wants 'em.
does anyone here think they're good?
Mulan doesn't look bad. I haven't seen it though.
I just don't like it already because they just changed it.
Well, the idea of change isn't a big deal for me, but like the fact that they're actually trying to be like, okay, these live action movies won't work as is. We can't just take the old movie and fucking put real actors over it. If with Mulan, they look like they're just making it a serious movie. Like there's no Mushu, there's no cricket. I don't think there's any comedy in that
that's
movie.
stupid.
It is stupid compared to the old movie.
Have a funny dragon.
But they look like they're just taking all the comedy out of the movie and just making it a good movie. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it looks like they're trying to make it serious instead of.
I just don't care.
You
It's
could
not.
probably say that about the last 4 times they did.
Oh no! With the Lion
so.
King, they had fucking what's his name?
Seth
Rogen
Rogen.
as
Did you see
fucking.
what's
They had Seth Rogen as Pumbaa.
No,
from the Lion
I
King.
meant
I meant the same person.
Zane.
That's exactly what I was thinking. They clearly are not trying to make those movies less comedic.
No, I meant trailer wise. They are more or
Oh,
less
yeah.
just like,
Oh, no,
this
I
one,
thought
this
you were-
Oh my
one's
God,
going to
you're
be the
right.
good one. This was
You're
gonna be.
right.
This is gonna be great.
Mulan could well, they said there's not going to be any songs in Mulan, but Mulan could probably still be a comedy, and I'm going to be disappointed because I'm looking forward to seeing a serious movie of Mulan. But man, the Lion King movie they just took the script of the original movie and maybe tweaked it one or two. The Aladdin movie, they changed it quite a bit in the worst ways.
Jared asked why. That was a reference to Borderlands 2.
What?
In Borderlands 2, Aladdin actually shows up and makes a wish from the genie.
There's a legendary.
I didn't get that.
There's a
DLC.
legendary that you can legendary shield or something that you can only get from the one Hyperion base called Pumbaa's Flatulence, or maybe it's a grenade.
Right. No,
Yeah.
Dalton, you misinterpret that. I said why to you with my mouth because you made a fart noise.
Yeah, he was talking about Pumbaa from Lion King.
No, I was talking about
he was talking
Lion
about
King.
Lion King, and I thought of Pumbaa.
Oh yeah, Pumbaa. That's what happens in the movie. Pumbaa farts, and then right after that, he does his classic Seth Rogen laugh. Where he goes,
You don't make me want to
What
watch
is
it.
But the,
don't tempt me with a good time.
But here's the thing: is that they stretch
Ass
out
hurt.
these movies like.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
if you look at the runtime for the original animated movies and then look at the runtime for the live action ones, they stretch
Speaking
these
of the
things
live
out.
action Lion King movie,
like-
Dalton, what's that over there?
Like scenes that like are pretty short are for some reason just stretched out for some reason that don't need to be stretched out. But they stretch out scenes, but they also cut out scenes from the original movies as well.
They cut out good scenes too. They cut out like scenes that I'd want to see. I mean,
And
look,
what is another thing? What is it? Another thing that's also pretty unnecessary from the live action movies is that all the main characters, protagonists, love interests all get their own personal songs. But
did that happen
they
in any of
they
the others
don't.
aside from Aladdin?
If I remember correctly, yeah, Beast got a song.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Beast got a song, and Nala technically got a song.
Is she?
Technically, there is a song that
I did not.
Beyonce sang, but and people say that's Nala singing the song, but when that song is playing in the movie, it's over footage of Simba. and doing his own stuff, not of Nala and her and doing stuff, not her doing stuff like with Beast or with Aladdin.
I did not like that what's her name? Jasmine got not one but 2 songs about female empowerment added into the live action Aladdin movie, that was fun. I thought that she was a strong princess before, but now I know she's a strong princess.
I'll say, especially her second one near the end of Aladdin, it brought me out of the movie. It definitely broke my immersion of the movie.
When the character started dancing out of existence.
Not that there was much anyway, but the little bit of immersion that I had was just shattered into like a million pieces after.
Yeah,
like, this is a Hollywood
watching
movie.
that movie, I was like, what the fuck? Why?
A lot of people have like
why? This is a music video. This isn't a movie. This is a music video that they put in the middle of the movie.
No, this is a movie that they put around a music video. No, in my opinion, like, okay, I've heard mixed opinions about the genie from the live action. What do you guys think of him? The Will Smith genie.
They should have let Will Smith do his own thing and do his
said
do
Will
more.
Smith and I thought Will Ferrell.
No. They should have let Will Ferrell play the genie.
He should have been the genie. Honestly, they should have let Seth Rogen be the genie. No,
but Will Smith was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked Will Smith.
I feel like Will Smith already did try to make the genie his own.
No, he tried. No, he tried to make the genie his own, but there were like a few awkward scenes, like in the scene where with him in the throne room. Like they could have cut some of that dialogue from him. Yeah, no, barely anyone remembers what happened.
Oh, where everything was awkward, like with the dance and stuff.
Yeah, the intentionally awkward scene with Aladdin in the throne room and whatever. But
that one. No,
yeah.
I remember.
I mean, the idea of telling an actor to just do his own thing is always a little bit tough.
But you notice it. What I mean, and this is the perfect example of it, is that they tried to have Will Smith do his best Robin Williams impression during A Friend Like Me, which instead of letting Will Smith do his own interpretation of the song and just let him have at it. But it's weird because of the fact that in the credits for the movie, he has his own version of Friend Like Me.
Does he?
They could have just used that, but instead they specifically told Will Smith to be like the guy. They told the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to do his...
The Fresh Prince of Ali.
To do his best freaking Nano impression of Robin Williams, essentially.
I didn't get that vibe myself. I should probably watch the movie again, but what I saw was like he at least
like no, there was a couple of lines. It felt like
he tried like in there at least at certain lines it felt like he did try to make it his own a little bit. Like he pulled the accents off a little like more heavily.
Well, no, that was the thing, is that they should have just let him do his own thing like in the credits instead of having him to imitate Robin Williams in a bit, like the song wise. I will say, overall, I don't mind Will Smith being the genie. I feel like he did pretty well overall.
I do too,
still.
and I wish he made
I just wish they gave him more creative freedom with the role.
I do too. He did, for the most part though. I do like what he was given. Like from what he was given, the genie did feel like it wasn't like. From the whole thing, you could tell Will Smith knew he couldn't just be Robin Williams. Though they were trying to make him that, you could tell he did. Robbie Rotten, yeah.
Robbie Rotten for the genie.
They tried to make it. Williams. He was dead by that time. I would love to. Damn it! You just made me wish I had something. I wish Robbie Rotten was the genie. Stefan Carl Stephenson would make a beautiful genie. No, just.
No, that guy.
Now that he's gone, fuck. No, if from what they gave him though, he was a pretty good genie on his own. Like he did what he could to make it as unique as possible.
Okay.
From the guidelines they gave him.
Okay, so what is it? Down the list, starting with Jared. Based on current track record of Disney, how well do you think the Mulan movie is going to do?
I actually didn't see Cinderella or Selma Beauty and the Beast.
I don't know.
I
think our topic should change to something we all know. This has been you and Xane for 20 minutes.
Okay.
For like 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's been I've been looking up Big Chungus on my phone
Yeah.
while you guys talk.
Yeah, it's been like 10 minutes. You take 2 minutes, 2 seconds to look at Big Chungus.
Okay. So what is a topic you feel like we can all involve in then?
You know what's big? Like really big?
Hmm.
Space.
Okay.
Chungus.
Space Chungus. Google that.
You know what? We can move on to space. I just gotta use the restroom.
Okay, so I just thought of something that they should have done in Aladdin.
Okay.
They should have.
They should have made Big Chungus play.
No, they
everything.
should have had the genie, aka Will Smith, which should have been Will Ferrell, turn Aladdin into Big Chungus.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I already saw it, buddy.
We saw it.
Yeah.
I really hope
Quag
you're not saying that to
Chungus.
my phone.
You see, for those audio listeners,
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Dalton showed us a picture of Big Chungus, but it's Quagmire from Family Guy.
So
What's
you just
Quagmire's
so
last
just,
name?
Quagmire.
Quagmire.
Glenn Quagmire.
Oh, okay. I forgot his first name was Glenn.
Oh,
So
I thought you were just
Cleveland-
pulling. I thought you were just pulling a what's Obama's last name joke.
No, no.
I don't know
totally
Cleveland's
forgot.
first name.
No,
I didn't know.
Cleveland Brown is
Oh, that's
clearly a
right.
reference to the Cleveland Browns, the football
So
team.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I was wondering if the rest of their names are also referenced.
yeah, the Glenn Quagmires,
the
the
England,
Peter Griffins, and the Joe Swansons.
like
Mm.
I think they're all
Uh,
references. They might be all references to something, that like inside jokes or some shit.
so. If anyone in the comments knows, let us know. Tell us in chat. A chat.
Yeah, both of you. I'm sure of both of you. One of you
No,
knows.
every episode gets at least 3 views.
Yeah, there's someone.
So I'm sure of
watching
both
it.
of you who are interested in commenting.
No, there's Jared rewatching it, Lauren who watches it, and then someone else who watches it.
Lauren,
Lauren's cool.
Lauren, comment down below if you know.
someone. Wait, I like the idea that there's Jared, there's Lauren, and a mysterious third party.
I just don't know.
Hey, Mr. Third Guy, you're cool, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
comment down below if you
Thanks.
know.
So, yeah,
So yeah, basically you're gay.
Jared's
Okay.
cool. Jared's cool, and the other person's cool. That Lauren fellow, I could do without him. But yeah, Jared and the other fellow are cool.
Didn't you want art lessons?
Lauren, you're a pretty cool person, honestly. Like-
Wow, we're calling out people on the podcast now, Zane. Okay,
God damn it.
Zane, that's crazy.
that's crazy, right?
Hey, it's
now.
fine. I can just press the power button and delete this podcast right now.
No, it stops the recording and it saves it.
You're like, no, we've thought of every possible
No.
contingency. You're not getting out of this.
I actually only know that because the first episode that we did this, we started the recording, and then I accidentally turned off my computer by touching the power cord a little bit with my toe.
Oh yeah, the secret recording. No one's ever gonna hear.
Yeah. No
Just-
one will ever be able to hear it.
No.
It's gone with the wind.
By the way,
Lost to the
by the
sands
way,
of time.
I'm completely unsure of how Lauren even feels about me, because the first time I met her, like things were going somewhat well, and then like, as a joke, it was like 2 a.m. and I started defacing her drawing and immediately erasing it afterward.
Oh no, she doesn't care.
Okay, that's good.
Mhm.
I was about to say, I don't feel like she would care.
Yeah,
The way I was defacing
Zane.
it was in such a way that could have gotten her boyfriend banned on Twitch.
She is such a shitter.
Oh, that's cool then.
Yeah.
I-
know like
Because I
me
was
level of shitter.
okay. I was drawing a.
I'm proud.
I was drawing a female genitalia onto her fox furry while Dalton was streaming.
Fucking hell.
And there's no archive of it.
We've been playing a shitload of Monster Hunter lately, and my god, oh fuck, she is such a shitter.
I'd want to play Terraria with you guys.
Oh yeah, she has it.
I'd be willing to buy you a copy. We could all just.
I
play...
have it.
You do?
Yeah.
Dude, we could all
I've
just be
had it for a
vibing to
while.
the underground music the whole time. There's a way so you can listen to the same any specific song from the game.
Yeah.
If you get a music box and record in a certain area, you'll be able to equip it to yourself and just hear that music permanently, anywhere. I would take the time to farm out 3 underground music boxes just so we could play with that.
I'm down. That'd be
down.
funny.
That'd be really fun. No, I wouldn't. No, we're gonna be playing through the Calamity mod. This is making really good podcast talk. I'm sorry about this.
No, we've just actually had a good podcast. I was gonna say something about us having an actual podcast and not just. Joe,
You're an M&M.
Jamie, bring that up. Jamie, can you look that up? Hey, Jamie,
Yeah, we also
can you look that up?
we haven't touched the computer this whole time, which is also pretty good.
Well, why would we?
Yeah, somebody else is doing it for us.
Yeah, it's getting cleaned right now.
Yeah, it's a screensaver.
I really hate the slightly off cut on the left side.
What do you mean?
Anyway, no, yeah, I would totally be down to set all that up for you. We'd play through a modded version of Terraria. That'd be fun.
I can play modded as well. I have the T
mod
mod
loader?
loader. Yeah.
We're doing that shit. One of
Let's
these.
do that before I factory reset,
Why?
so that I don't have to re-download it all.
Oh, so you're like, I don't plan to re-download it all once I factory reset. You're fucked.
I mean, I can. I just don't want to have to go through the hassle.
You can download it overnight.
Yeah, no.
Picture this: I'm on fucking McDonald's Wi-Fi. It took me a good hour and a half or something, just so I could download genuinely. It took me an hour and a half to download Minesweeper on my phone on my Mac.
Really?
Yes.
Actually, now that I think about it, I could probably just download the majority of the games that I play ever, while I'm at work.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad.
8 hours is probably enough for me to get Monster Hunter, Tekken, League, and maybe halfway through Street Fighter 5.
Well, why worry about those when you're just gonna be playing all your time on on better Minecraft?
Actually,
Terraria.
instead of Street Fighter 5, I could get Risk of Rain.
Risk of Rain's pretty fun.
It is.
You should go through. I'm sorry. You should go through. You should go and just fuck all those other games and install Terraria.
How-
and just play
how-
through
how
it.
far
Oh
into
yeah,
the
I forgot
recording?
Terraria. I forgot we were gonna do.
You're like,
Terraria.
I'm gonna list off a bunch of games that I'm gonna play, and Terraria is not one of them.
I need to be caught up.
They're talking
yeah.
about games they're going to play later on with each other.
All right, would you all be down to join us for
Zane-
Terraria?
Zane said.
I could if I would if I could.
I made a diss at Lauren, and he's like, you asked Lauren for art lessons. Yeah, then I had to do a lot of backtracking. But no, I have had only one experience with Lauren, and it has been amazingly pleasant. She's a nice person.
Yeah, except for her being such a bad person.
Yeah, such a shitty human being.
Garbage,
Oh my
garbage,
gosh.
absolutely garbage.
She's an
person.
audio listener.
Exactly.
No,
Jared,
she
why
actually
would
isn't.
Jared, why would you say these things?
She legitimately watches every single episode.
By the way, I feel bad because I'm an audio listener.
Oh my god. Zane.
I'm on the
Are you
podcast.
the third party?
Huh? Well, on one of the episodes, I watched it.
Okay.
I don't keep up with your guys' podcast. I don't keep up with any podcast, including my own. I'm barely on the third episode of editing because I hate our own podcast.
Why do it?
Okay.
I need something to do with all that free time, so I might as well get better at editing.
How
shit.
far into the recording are
I'll start recording stuff and just send shit to you.
How do we
What? Okay,
check?
that's different than just me edit. Actually, I very much appreciate.
yeah.
Actually, I very much appreciate just getting to
We're an
you just
hour
record yourself.
8.
Okay, we have 13 minutes left.
Okay, we can talk about space.
Okay.
Final topic,
Okay,
baby.
in your guys' opinion, your guys' ideas, what do you guys think of the idea, of how gravity works? How gravity isn't just
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
okay, the idea that gravity is not just a force that pulls things in, but space is like a sheet, and gravity is just bending that sheet.
Why
What-
did you
what do
start
you
this
mean?
with, in my opinion?
I didn't say it in my opinion.
How do we have an
you?
opinion on
No.
that?
Yeah.
I was.
I said what?
He said what do we
what's
think
what's your
about-
guys' thoughts on that?
Oh, okay, just thoughts on it. I don't know why I took it as an opinion. I'm like,
No, in your opinion, why
Yeah,
do you think gravity
it was a
is
weird.
is an existent thing?
It was a
well,
weird.
it's actually because the
thing.
Earth is flat.
Yes.
Yeah, that started off
is a
weird
weird way of
because
posing it, sorry.
the first few words were you saying
In
what was your
your
thought
opinion.
on gravity
Yeah,
and
no,
like
I
yeah
get
it's
you,
a
though.
thing.
Oh, it
so-
was something I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get you. Though.
I get a little ahead of myself when I talk about space.
So, what do we think about gravity and how it works?
How does that work?
It's cool.
Okay, I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
How'd you get ahead of yourself?
I
You are here. How can you be here and here?
well, because
Okay,
I'm Christian
it's
Western Sandler.
okay, well,
Don't
I'm
shitting.
Christian Western Chandler, and I'm here, and y'all are there. I'll
okay,
show you guys that video after the podcast.
We know.
Okay.
So
Anyway.
Jared, what is your space thing you want to talk about? You have a space thing?
I have several, but what?
Oh,
What's
real
some?
fast?
Yeah.
SpaceX, very cool, and they
Okay.
are getting their launches, like rocket launches, to under 10 million
Oh,
a
wow.
launch.
Shit, I
Compared
didn't
to
know that.
NASA, compared to NASA's about 3 billion.
Wow, that's
Per
pretty good.
launch?
Mm-hmm.
Per launch.
God damn, I
Because
didn't
they
know that.
have to rebuild every single rocket.
Yeah, but that's good. I mean, that's
Pretty
what it
good.
should be.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they just NASA is just old boomer. Well,
Not even that, government. They
Yeah.
just fuck shit up.
that too. But
I mean,
They have
Yeah.
to go through all of these different fucking regulations within the government, and
They-
sometimes someone doesn't want this to happen because it'll make them not as powerful in the government. So
yeah,
Yeah, they have to go through like a billion things, and by the time they actually get to do it, it costs more money to do it.
and they
Mhm.
just don't need it.
And while SpaceX is like, okay, we're building a rocket now.
I
for the
guess.
hell of it.
Put my
Yeah.
car up there. I guess.
I really like seeing that car launched into space, and then all the comments were like, "You could have fed 5 starving families in Africa." I'm like, "Fucking shut up, dude."
You could have launched your car into space.
and he did.
It was a funny
Like,
meme.
Exactly.
It was a
Who
funny
the fuck
meme.
cares what he
Like-
could have done with that money? He did something cool.
you could have. Look at all the shit you could have done with that money, dumbass. Stop paying your phone bill. Don't have a phone. Look at all the stuff you can do with that money, idiot.
Like being realistic, he probably just did that half meme, half just testing his own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to see how it would work.
He probably just wanted to see what would happen with the rocket and sending that to space, because that was the first
Yeah.
launch of that, right? I'm
I
pretty sure
I
that
don't
was
remember.
the first launch of that rocket, and he just kind of decided, how about I put my car on it too?
yeah, I mean, a little funny in with the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's probably just a test for them because they make cars, or that Elon does at least.
Yeah, Elon, it's
New fucking idea. He wants to test it.
also funny car.
yeah, funny car.
Merp, merp.
Kind of promoting his car too.
Yeah,
I don't know,
that's kind of
genius.
hype.
All right.
By the way, I'm still waiting on those dog and cat girls, Elon. What's the update on
Yeah,
that?
Elon, with you listening.
I actually,
What's the update on that?
Wow, I never even considered dog girls. It's always I only
Isabel.
No.
I only
Too
ever
much.
hear about people talking about cat girls. I never even considered the idea of dog girls. Is that a thing?
Yeah, there's
There's dog girls, there's cat girls, there's fox girls, there's
That
there's
one
a
I've
girl
heard
for
of, too.
anything.
Well, okay, fair enough. There's a furry for everything. I just
Batgirls.
there's
Bear
lion
girls.
there's lion girls.
okay. There's like iguana girls. I'm
Bear
sure too.
Grylls.
There's there's every animal girl. I'm sure, but like, it just never clicked with me. Is it that popular of a thing?
I don't fucking
Dog
know.
girls aren't that popular.
No, not on the. If you were to compare them all, probably not that. Definitely cat girl and maybe demon girl or some shit like that. I'd say those are
The
pretty high.
Helltaker.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the Helltaker?
I haven't played it
I don't care.
Okay.
I've seen a little bit.
I've seen porn.
until
Oh,
until
okay.
I think
Of the
most
good
Helltaker? I'm sorry.
until half of us are able to play it, we can't form an opinion on it. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Which half hasn't played it?
the
All.
half that said didn't play it.
It's a
Both
puzzle
apps.
game. I just watched somebody play it because I
That's
didn't
fair.
want to do puzzles.
It's a short puzzle game.
I
so
just
that makes
wanted
sense.
boobs. I didn't want to look at a puzzle.
I haven't played it.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us have played it. I think we've all maybe seen footage of it, and that's it.
It looks interesting, and I want to play it if I could.
Yeah, get it on your phone.
It's funny that it's a free game, and none of us have been like, I'll play that.
Well, I've seen it. And I was like, that looks kind of cool.
I've seen the girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really why you play it. I mean, maybe there's some people out there who are like, wow, what an interesting puzzle.
If it was a bigger game, then yes, it'd be pretty cool. The puzzle system's neat and very unforgiving, but it's still not the selling point of the game.
Yeah, no, you just want to see tits.
Yeah, just look them up.
Yeah, just look them up. There's lots.
Anime.tv, baby.
Why?
Oh, wait, how much longer do we have?
You know, I'm so confused
6
at the
minutes.
two extremes we have. It's like, no, we don't really talk about that on the podcast. It's like anime.tv,
Okay.
baby.
Oh yeah, what is it?
All right.
Rip Kiss Anime.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
hold on, 6 minutes.
Oh no, if only there were about 70,000 other websites that I could also use.
6 minutes. I'm going to explain black holes to you guys, okay?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I love that.
Go.
Yes.
Speed run.
Okay, I'm going to explain black holes and a little bit. Holy fuck. Okay, so this is going to lead from black hole anatomy all the way until a different idea for a very dystopian future, as like literally the
Black
late.
holes don't have hearts.
Fuck you. Like super late
Whoa.
game for humans if we live past stars dying.
Black holes matter.
We're speed running, Xane.
So, a black
Or the
hole
manipulation.
is just a lot of matter really fucking condensed. Like, if you just were to unpack a zip file that is a black hole, goddamn, it'd be a lot of matter all of a sudden. Things would matter. And it ends up creating, like, I don't know what you call it, a fucking vacuum of sorts where it just pulls shit in. And it's a really, and it pulls shit
Gravity.
in. Huh?
You mean
Gravity.
gravity?
It's not gravity.
It is gravity.
No, it sucks in everything.
It's
It's
just
really
really
strong
strong
gravity.
gravity.
Okay, sure. We'll go with. I'm very tired. I'm trying to piece this together.
It's gravity, but really
Because of
weak.
how dense it is, it's a lot of mass, and therefore it's the gravitational force is pulling shit into
Yeah, the
it.
gravitational pull. Okay, now I'm back on track. Okay, it's constantly pulling things in. So when you when a black hole sucks something in, it's adding matter to the core, and the core is constantly spinning really fast. The pull, and Dalton's running.
No, I'm doing a bicycle.
He's bicycling.
Oh, okay. God. Okay.
He's speedrunning. Hurry up.
There's terms that I can't think of right now because I'm tired, but God, it's like the G zone or something. When you get close to a black hole and you get into its actual pull, you enter G something zone, which, okay, how do I summarize this? So, I'm pretty sure you guys are nerds and understand what a Dyson sphere is, but for the people who don't, a
Dyson vacuum.
No, a Dyson sphere is a very late human energy source that could, theoretically, because it's a mega structure, which for people who aren't nerds means big ass building. Like, building. A Dyson sphere is basically just a sphere-ish kind of thing, built entirely, like, encasing a black hole, like a ball. But it's made of, like mirrors on the inside.
I thought it was encasing a sun.
It can.
Oh, okay.
Depends what you use it for. But the latest game, I'm talking about, like, stars are not a thing. The only thing left are black holes, because those are the last things to die in the universe.
Okay.
Because they last the longest.
What would be the practical applications of having a Dyson sphere around a black hole?
Well, he's getting to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So-
I'm getting
Check
ahead
the time.
of him.
Oh, fucking... Okay, 3 minutes.
You got this.
So, basically, if you put a Dyson sphere around a black hole, since the black hole is constantly spinning, the G's... I don't like calling it the G spot, but the G area on the inside that's spinning around it, if you put a bunch of mirrors around it and were to shoot a bunch of really, like, high UAV lasers into there that would bounce off the mirrors, they'd carry momentum from the spinning black hole and almost take its energy as it goes. And it bounces around, going through the black hole, grabbing some of the matter as it goes, comes out the other side, almost as if... I guess an analogy to use is if you were to shoot a
Snowball.
laser into it and you come out with 2 lasers.
That's a pretty creative idea. I don't know how UV rays work, but they can outrun a black hole's pull.
Yes,
Okay.
because it's light. As long as you don't
Well, no,
shoot
I
it
thought-
directly through.
I thought the idea. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You
I was
wanna
gonna say,
shoot
I thought
it
the idea
on,
was that
like,
like even light.
it gets slingshotted around.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
whirlpool, really.
Okay, I was always understood that
Yeah.
the idea was like light can't even light can't.
Yeah, no,
escape
if
a
you
black
shot
hole.
it into the black
Yeah.
hole, then you just lost your light.
Yeah.
That's a pretty smart idea. Like that's pretty
'Cause
cool.
The reason you can see, if you look at a black hole, you can see what's behind it.
Oh yeah, because it's fucking with like space
Yeah,
that hard.
black hole's gravitational pull is so strong that it bends space with it.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
which the idea of that is like it's just fucking with reality. Like I just like the idea of that. Like that space isn't just a solid thing that stays
Yeah.
constant.
So it's cool. You shoot a laser into it, it goes into the fucking hole it has, and as long as it's able to slingshot out of it, which it can, and bounce off a mirror going back through, eventually it'll build up enough where you just, that one laser you've used, you can just have it so that it eventually shoots back out somewhere else at some kind of solar panel device, and there you go.
Yeah, you're so lots of calculations there, but you'd be creating just another energy source, which is pretty cool.
Anyway,
Still got
so thank,
20 seconds.
Speaking of women
Eventually-
power,
We've got 20 seconds.
thank you all so much for watching the PG1
Well, no,
over
we
3
can-
podcast.
So long as it's a minute and 21, it doesn't matter the seconds.
Okay.
I just wanted to talk about heat death for a sec.
Heat death? You have a minute.
like the heat
Yeah,
of the
no,
universe.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just that energy always goes away, so eventually that will stop.
Well, yeah, but that's the very latest thing
Yeah.
you can do. Eventually, either that or the black hole will just eventually run out.
Or it'll just consume the
Which
things around it.
Will take
Matter,
a very long time.
matter can turn into energy, but you can't turn energy into matter.
Yeah, if you shoot the light through, you're taking some of its matter with
Mhm.
you. So eventually, it will run out. But
But you can also
Goddamn.
just kind of shoot shit like just physical objects into it and make
Yeah.
more.
yeah, like
30 seconds.
debris. But eventually, technically, it will run out.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm gonna continue this discussion
Okay.
off the podcast.
Thanks
Yeah.
for watching, guys. 21. You can stop the recording.